Hi, fourth grade. How are you guys? So we are entering week 2 of online learning. Week 1 was a success. I know at first it was overwhelming, but a lot of you are getting the hang of it, so kudos to you. So for today's writing lesson, it's simple, but it's important. Okay. In this writing unit, you guys are going to be writing your own informational books about the American Revolution. So in order to write about these things, you need to make sure that you understand what it is that informational writers do. And a big thing that you need to include in your book is going to be text features. So take a look at this chart. Okay, let's quickly go over some of the important text features that we know about, right? And you guys have done a similar unit in third grade, creating an informational book with the topic of your choice. So one thing we can include is a table of contents, right? And what does that do for the reader? Well, we can see, what page certain things are on if we are just looking for something specific, okay? A glossary, okay? Usually at the back of the book, we'll see a glossary with important words from the book with their definition. An index tells us the subject and what page to find it on. Key or guide words, okay? So sometimes writers will include little boxes that will tell you the definition of a word as you're reading. That's super helpful. They'll also include a bunch of graphics, right? So you might see diagrams or graphs or maps, right? To help you understand more of the information that the writer is including. If the writer is trying to teach you about volcanoes, they might include a diagram about it to kind of show you how it starts and how it ends. Writers might include a timeline so that you can understand the important events in chronological or, in sequential order of things that are happening. They might include an illustration, right? Or something with labels on it, okay? Bold print, right? Why do writers include bold print? They're probably telling you that this word is important to the content or that it's in the glossary, right? And you can find the definition back there. Sometimes they'll include italics to show that something's important. They'll include titles, headings, subheadings, okay, captions under the pictures, sidebars, okay, with additional information that adds to what you're reading, okay. So these are some of the big and important text features that we kind of already know about. We just need to remind ourselves about this. So take a look at this article here, okay. So what you're going to do, my head is like covered. What you're going to do is you're going to read this article, and as you're reading, I want you to think about some of the text features that this author used and why it's so important to the reader. Okay, so for example, I start reading Girl Hero of the American Revolution. During the bloody war for our nation's independence, one teen made a courageous ride to protect her family and community. Like many ordinary Americans, she risked her life for the country she loved. So I'm actually going to stop there. Something that this writer included was an introduction. Okay, I didn't see that on my text feature page, but this seems like something that I've seen in other books. So I'm going to go to my note page. Okay, I'm going to put my name. One text feature the author included in this article, an introduction. Or we can say a hook, right? It kind of hooked us in. Why do you think authors would include this text feature? An author would include a hook or introduction, probably to get readers interested in the article or text. Okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to continue reading about the girl hero of the American Revolution. And as you're reading, I want you to look for all the text features that you're seeing in this article, okay? And why you think, I want you to think about why you think they might be important, and then you're going to continue to fill out this ongoing document, okay? All right, can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Bye.